Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
What a swim!
Six of them.
And a very pleasant good evening to you. Some Friday night high school basketball coming your way on the ISC Sports Network. It is the North Putnam Cougars against the South Putnam Eagles. Alongside Pete Smith, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. Pete, a lot of early adversity for both of these teams. This game was not even really supposed to be played yet. North Putnam was supposed to play Northview, and here we are because of coronavirus issues. These two teams would normally play later in the year, playing early in the season.
And it's a big rivalry game, obviously, in Putnam County. In the last 35 years, they've played 74 times on the hardwood, so that's pretty cool. But both teams haven't everyone's battling with adversity. 2 games by one team, 3 by the other right now. They're kind of limping into this weekend.
Yes, they are. And you look at the record in the last 35 years. South Putnam owns that, 43-31, and North Put has a win this season, and they've got some talented guys coming back.
They did, led obviously by Mason Brooks, the coach's son. He's a 6'6 senior. He shoots it well from outside. He's a very solid player for him.
And then you got South Putnam. Haven't seen a whole lot from them yet. Got a first-year head coach in Travis Turpin, 0-2. What a year to have your first year as a head coach for the school.
Well, and they've got a few seniors back. Normally they're known as a football school. They've had great success on the football field. Had a regular season undefeated this year. Lost to Covenant Christian, state champions in the tournament. But they've got a kid named Drew Hill, whose daddy was a pretty good player we'll talk about in the broadcast. But he's going to be an exciting player, only a freshman. I think he'll get a lot of shots up.
Should be interesting. South Putnam looking for win number 1. North Putnam looking to get to 500. We will have the tip-off from North Putnam when we come back in just a moment. You're watching high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. How hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
As we wrap up the national anthem, North Putnam and South Putnam. Big rivalry game here tonight on the ISC Sports Network. Thank you so much for joining us. And now we will send it out to North Putnam so you can get a listen on these starting lineups.
It's got to be tough being a cheerleader right now with no fans to really lead them in cheers. They're doing their best.
For the South Putnam Eagles. Number 5, Drew Hill. Number 11, Matthew Goodpasser. Number 20, Drew Tyson. Number 22, Brent Wiggins. And number 30, Eli Smith. The Eagles are coached by Mr. Travis Perkins. Assistant coaches Bryce Hill, Stephen Smith, and Jimmy Beasley. And now, Cougar fans, it's time to stand. It's time to make some noise. These are your voice. It's time to meet your starting lineup. First at a guard, number 2, Zach Huff. At the other guard, number 3, Ellis Lyons. At a forward, number 12, Aaron Huffman. At the other forward, number 21, Aaron Pickle. And in the middle, number 32, Mason Brooks. Your Cougars are coached by Mr. Vincent Brooks, assisted by Mr. Trevor.
There you go, the starting lineups for both teams there. And before we get to tip-off between North Putnam and South Putnam, Pete, let's get your keys to the game for both teams.
Well, South Putnam really has to make sure that North Putt doesn't get in transition because they're going to go up and down. They use a lot of dribble drives, and when they get it going, last weekend, for instance, against Southmont, they made 14 three-pointers, and most of them were in transition. So big key for South Putt is to get back on defense, limit transition. For North Putt, they've got to make sure that Mason Brooks gets a lot of good shots, and they keep shooting the three-pointers well.
South Putt 2 losses, one to Eastern Green and the other to Greencastle, both double-digit losses. And for North Putt, they're 1-2. They recently got that win over Southmont, but prior to that, 2 losses, one to Sullivan, which was a 16-point loss, and the other to Park Heritage, 57-44. So South Putnam has the ball to begin the contest.
Travis Turpin, their head coach, a lot of the stuff he does will be like Mike Saylor used to at South Vigo and when Terre Haute South when he was the coach, and then he coached at Southmont also. So those are 2 of his assistant coaching spots that he had, and right now they're trying to control the tempo against this defense.
And that one swiped away by Ellis Lyons, and then he lost it, coming back up with it, Drew Hill. South Putnam tries to cash in. Wiggins leaves it out for Hill again.
Yeah, just straight man-to-man defense so far by North Putnam.
Wiggins needs help, got it to Goodpasser.
Double screen at the top, not number 11, and come back down there. You should have.
There goes Goodpasser. Good defense by North Putt. They're not letting any dribble penetration by South Putt early in this possession. South Putt scoring 45 points a game so far, giving up 66. North Putt scoring 59 and giving up 60. Long 3, right side, well short by Smith. Rebounded by Mason Brooks, and off and running go the Cougars. Brooks passes to Aaron Pickle for the 3. Pretty good shooter. Couldn't get that one to go down, though. Rebounded by Eli Smith.
So there you see the dribble drive right away. One dribble or one pass on the dribble, spot up three-pointer. They're going to live and die by those threes tonight. I think South Putnam really didn't want that last shot because they had no one in position to rebound.
Oh, nifty move there by Brent Wiggins as he scores, and North Putt right away. Coach Vince Brooks not happy, and he calls what is a 30-second timeout, so he doesn't go with a super. He's not going to take a full timeout yet, but just maybe one to regather his troops a little bit. Say, come on, guys, let's get refocused. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact them at weendeavor.com for more information. So, early timeout. You don't see a whole lot of timeouts this early in the game, Pete. What do you think was said there?
Well, I think he's trying to get them to understand that they're going to really be patient, so you have to be patient and stay in front of the ball. No block. Everyone's got to block out. No one can take a play off here. At the same time, they had one pass and shot their first possession, but pretty much that's what they've done is the scouting I've seen. There they went inside, though, called play out of bounds.
Brooks in trouble, had it poked free, but out of bounds off of South Putt. It will stay with North Putt. Also tonight was senior night, again with all sorts of games being postponed and rescheduled across the state because of COVID issues. Teams are trying to get their senior nights in as quickly as they can. Tough shot by Brooks, couldn't go down. Fight for the rebound, and coming out of there with it, Aaron Huffman just pulls it away. Well done by him. Gives his team another crack at it here. Brooks for three. Misfires. And rebounded by Drew Hill.
Heard a lot of good things about this freshman. His dad, Bryce Hill, is on the staff. Bryce scored over 1,000 points for South Putnam when he played in high school. So he's got good lineage, good genes in him from his dad. Travel violation, though, right there on him as he just got a little sped up. And my gosh, this is only his third varsity basketball game as a freshman.
And this has been a problem, too, for a lot of schools. You haven't had a lot of time to have your entire team together to even practice.
I couldn't imagine coaching nowadays in the system they're going through. Nice drive there by Zach Huff.
And he finishes from in close to tie us up here at 2 early on. And North Putt deciding to bring up some pressure, and it leads to a turnover. Maybe they stick with that. They bring up some pressure in the backcourt, leads to a South Putt mistake.
South Putt's been having almost 20 turnovers a game, so obviously they didn't get into their press until they scored the first time, and the first time they did get in the press, it rewarded them with a turnover.
Here's Brooks from deep. Got it. Mason Brooks uncorks the three and knocks it down. Gives the limited crowd there at North Putt something to cheer about.
1-2-2 is the full court press, three-quarter court right there. They should be trying to get a trap, and aggressively there. Eli Smith drew the foul coming down the sideline.
This will be the game's first foul. Ellis Lyons picking up that one.
Yeah, just straight man by North Putnam.
Wiggins lost the ball off his foot, got it back. Tough to do that with Brooks right in front of you. Almost leads to a South Putt turnover, but they hold on. And now what? We have a foul, reach in on the Cougars. I think this is going to be against Lyons again. If it is, that's already his second. Yes. So a foul-free first 3 minutes and 35 seconds of this game, and then Ellis Lyons picks up two quick ones. Long three does not go by Hill, and Brooks the rebound.
Nice when your center can lead the break there. He's very versatile. We've seen him post up once. He took a tough shot, but it was a shot he should have took around the basket. We've seen him take 2 3-pointers already, too, making one.
Drew Hill poked it out of bounds, almost got the steal. North retains possession. Trying to get around Wiggins. Nice shot alteration by Wiggins at the rim. It goes out of bounds. Off of Wiggins. It will stay with North Putnam.
Same out of bounds play they ran last time. Should have a baseline. Okay. Yep.
Pickle to Brooks, and Brooks finishes.
Yeah, that's tough without good help side on that weak side. They need more help on Brooks when he does that little spin move and posts up.
And that 1-2-2 press you talked about, Pete, leads to a steal. Zach Huff grabbed it. The Lions curling in is Huffman. Backing his way in is Pickle, and traveling violation.
Yeah, he took an extra step there. Had a little contact, and he didn't stay down low, and I think we're going to see a 30-second timeout now.
By South Putnam, yep. Well, tonight's game also brought to you in part with Endeavor Communications, being broadcast on the ISC Sports Network. Let us know if you're enjoying the broadcast on Facebook or Twitter. You can find us at ISC Sportsnet. That is at ISC Sportsnet. And find Endeavor Communications at weendeavor.com. You look at Travis Turpin there in his first year at the school, 0-2. And again, just really trying to get his team into a rhythm, but it's hard to do it when you've had such limited practice time.
It is, and he developed a passion as a basketball coach later in life. He's a Sullivan High School graduate, played college golf at Lipscomb College down in Tennessee, and now is back, after being an assistant at Terre Haute South and at Southmont. Here he is leading his team, and like you said, though, the difficulties right now, John, of having limited practice time and no time, especially when you got a freshman point guard like he's got. Just got growing pains.
Deep three, off target there by Goodpasture, rebounded by Pickle.
And they had such a great football run, South Putnam. There's a travel.
Yep.
They had such a good run in football. I heard a lot about them in football, and that was an impressive win when Covenant Christian beat them, and then Covenant Christian went on and won the state championship. But Goodpasture's the all-state linebacker, number 11, as you'll see when he gets the ball, and he's only a junior, so he was just named first-team all-state this past week.
By the way, mentioned it was senior night. The ball kicked out of bounds. Stays with South Putnam. Seniors on this team for North Putt, Aaron Huffman. Also Mason Brooks. You got Dane Spencer, who's on the bench. So special night for those guys. Foul. That is on Ellis Lyons. Ellis Lyons fouls Drew Hill. And that is already 3 fouls on Ellis. So Coach Vince Brooks gambling, leaving Lyons in the game. I will say earlier, after he picked up his second foul, South Putt was quick. They got the ball in bounds before North Putnam could get a sub in for him, and he leaves him out there with those 2 fouls, and he just picked up his third.
And North Putnam usually only goes about 6 deep as Hill misses the first free throw.
So there goes Lyons out of the game, and in for him, Will Boucher, a 6'1 junior.
Trey Blades out tonight for South Putnam. Normally plays a keel role for the Eagles, but not in uniform tonight.
Hill splits the pair. Brooks unloads a 3 and hits another one. Already 2 threes for Mason Brooks, the 6'6 senior.
Well, they're not getting any transition, but they're really pushing the ball up. And again, that 1-2-2 is just really bugging South Putnam.
And they just have not really had an answer for it. Unbelievably deep 3 knocked down.
I was excited when we learned that we had this game. I've heard a lot of good things about Mason Brooks. So he's got great range, but yet he can also post up. And he started in the Westfield system, per se. His dad was the freshman basketball coach at Westfield before he took the North Putnam job. Good drive by the freshman there, Drew Hill.
Hill with 3 early points, 3 of South Putnam's 5.
I think it's going up.
Oh, Brooks. Good defense there. Brooks wants a foul, not going to get it, goes out of bounds back to South Putnam. Of course, that's what you're going to have to do if you're South Putt. You got to force him to take an awkward shot. He's had it pretty relatively easy looks so far. Of course, that last one he hit, my goodness.
That was a heat check there, though.
Yeah. I think he shot that from Fort Wayne.
I could see in his eyes that he was going to take that shot if he had any room, and unfortunately he didn't create enough space to get a clean look. There's the trap, second row traps there. Falling back into man-to-man after the 1-2-2 press. Matched up pretty high. They've run the same high 1-4 offense so far every possession.
Hill, off-balance shot. Drew Hill, the 5'11 freshman, putting together a heck of a first quarter. Ticking down to the waning stages of it. Pickle.
I think we got to travel before we got there, yeah. The bottom official saw the foul, but the outer official did a good job of saying, wait a minute, he traveled. So, right now North Putnam is doing everything they want to do, except they've made a couple travel violations, and that's cost them a couple opportunities to score. There's the trap, and that's going to be a back over and back. And again, that's just a freshman getting a little bit riled up there. I mean, I'm sure he knows that you can't throw it behind that 10-second line, but again, third varsity game for him. But boy, he's got good offensive skills, as we've seen him get for 5 points already.
Yeah, he's got a good baseline to work from. Brooks trying to go from 2-point range this time and gets fouled.
Yeah, Aaron Pickle got him. I think Pickle's got to stay a little bit wider.
Foul's going to be on number 20, Drew Typen. That's his
Drew
first.
Typen picks up the first South Putnam foul of the game.
I looked on my wrong roster. Sorry about that.
Hey, you know, we're starting early and working out the kinks just like these teams are, right?
That is longtime outstanding official Arnold Freeman on the baseline there from Indianapolis coming out to do this game.
You know all three of these guys, or just one of them? Or
I know Arnold real well. He's done several sectionals when I was the basketball coach at Guerin Catholic, and I think even at Carmel when I was coach there.
Pickle.
Another turnover.
Pickle comes up with the steal. 5 giveaways by South Putt in this quarter. Rebound, turnaround, shot made by Aaron Huffman, his first bucket.
Yeah, this press is just wearing him down. See, by the time they bring it up, then they have to set up their offense. So credit North Putnam's defense, and particularly that press when they score and get into it. It just completely has them out of rhythm.
Hill had it poked free. There's Brooks with another steal. That's just a senior outdoing a freshman there, and Brooks continues to have an incredible first quarter. He already has 14 of North Putnam's 18 points. Flying through the lane and couldn't quite finish was Eli Smith. Brooks the rebound, had it poked free by Wiggins, got it back. There's Brooks going to the basket and scoring yet again. I mean, Mason Brooks is impressive. We've seen him do this throughout his career at North Putt, but even by his standards, this game he is putting together is something else. As Hill had it poked free.
A lot of reaching going on right now. They're letting them play with their hands, so that plays into North Putt's favor. Oh, he didn't get blocked out. Missed the block out there.
And then he's able to get it to Aaron Pickle, and Pickle scores right before the horn sounds. Capping off what was an outstanding first quarter for the Cougars as they go to the second, leading South Putnam 22-7. You're watching high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Dominant first quarter by North Putnam. They lead South Putnam 22-7 as we go to the second quarter. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Sozo U Natural Health. Sozo U provides natural health consultations, products, and services to our clients. It's our mission to equip our clients with natural health options to help them achieve their health goals. Located in Crawfordsville. You can like us on Facebook or find more information at www.sozou.com. Sozo U Natural Health. Well, it was 7-3 at one point in that first quarter. North Putnam had the lead by 4, but they closed that quarter on a 15-4 run and make it 17-4 as Mason Brooks continues to put together an outstanding game. He has 18 of North Putnam's 24 points.
They have no answer. He's feeling very confident on the wing, which he should be because he's practiced. He's got great skills, but he's going to get some buckets around the basket here pretty soon.
And he's getting deflections too on defense, making all kinds of plays. Inbound by Eli Smith, got it to Hill. Hill shadowed by Huffman. In the game now for the first time, Josh Hammond for South Putnam, a 5'9 junior. Also through Typen, and Typen traveled. And a lot of people look at a traveling violation, Pete, and they think, well, it was just a mistake by the guy on offense. But normally, travels are forced by the defense getting up in the guy's face, and he takes a step too early or shuffles his feet, loses his pivot foot, whatever the case may be.
That is true. I'll tell you, though, a lot of these turnovers they've had, they've got to be reaching double figures, and a lot of them have been unforced.
They have 7 so far, and they just forced North Putnam's 3rd turnover. Drew Hill motoring down the floor, stops and tries to run the offense. Had to wait for Drew Typin to get back up the floor. Wiggins got it out of there to Smith. Eli Smith down the lane. Got the shot to go down. Wave it off, though. They're going to call a foul on Eli Smith.
Yeah, nice job by Zach Huffman holding his ground there and drawing the charge.
The first on Eli Smith, the second on South Putnam. North Putnam has 3 team fouls, all of which have come against Ellis Lions. Zach Huff working against Wiggins.
Shot.
Leaves it right for Brooks. He feels confident, and that hit the wire. You don't see that too often. But.
Older gym here. This is an older gym, so you don't see the cable like that at very many schools. Guerin Catholic, my old school, still has it, though. It's sometimes been frustrating.
And then you got Aaron Pickle, who's just so good defensively. And you got to throw over a tall target there as Drew Hill knocks down a 3.
Boy, that was deep. That matches the distance Moon made one, or Brooks made one. Mason Brooks, yeah, made one in the first quarter that far.
And reaching in there, picking up that foul, Drew Typin, his 2nd, the 3rd on South Putnam. Checking in for the Eagles, Matthew Goodpasture back on the floor. He'll replace Drew Typin. And Coach Travis Turpin pleading his case there with that official. I don't think he liked that last call. North Putnam has had the lead the entire way so far.
Oh, no help.
Lions back in the game with those 3 fouls. Put up Aaron Pickle on the follow. Got the offensive rebound and scored.
Had the weak side, so he was there by himself. We got being blocked out. And I tell you that I really like this Drew Hill, but he's got to draw the defender to him to make the pass around him. He's letting the defender play equally between both him and his teammate he's trying to pass it to, and he just can't get that pass around. There's been several turnovers.
Well, and you hear people talk a lot about a pump fake, but that's where you got to have it like a pass fake.
That's a pass fake right there. Good look for a change. Misses, though.
Offensive rebound, Goodpasture, and fouled. And this is on Brooks. Brooks trying to plead his case there, saying he didn't commit the foul, but that is his 1st. And the 4th on North Putnam as a team. That brings to the free throw line Matthew Goodpasture. And boy, you weren't kidding, Pete, about the size and stature of him being a linebacker.
I think he's got a great opportunity. He's only a junior, and I've just heard nothing but the fact that he's a big-time football player and contributed to that undefeated regular season they had this year.
Drops in the 1st. And the 2nd as well. He is the 3rd different South Putnam Eagle to score. All kicked out of bounds by Drew Hill.
That was a pretty good defensive effort that time by South Putt because that sideline baseline guy was wide open. He was going to get an open 3 there, that being Zach Huff.
Hill got it into Brooks. Brooks thought he was fouled behind the back dribble and motoring down the floor. Did he say timeout?
It looks like he did call timeout. I don't think that Coach Brooks liked what his team was doing on offense, and that's the 2nd timeout already here in the 2nd quarter. Called one early, a 30-second one.
Well, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor offers a hosted unified communication solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Find out more at weendeavor.com.
You take a look at the huddle there, the South Putnam huddle. That assistant coach, if he looks familiar, is Jimmy Beasley, the former head coach at White River Valley, who joined the staff this year, his 1st year back out of the service. And it's great to have Coach Beasley back on the sideline, and he's going to give a lot of good insight to these young kids that South Putnam has.
Inbound to Brooks, missed the shot, got his own rebound, draws a crowd, leads to Huffman letting it go, and he knocks down his first 3. He's got 5 points.
Well, Mason Brooks had 4 guys around him there, so it was like eeny, meeny, miny. Which one am I going to throw it out to shoot the open 3?
He has 18 of North Putnam's 29.
South Putnam's middle guy against that press is behind the press, so he's hard to find, and he's got to come seek the ball. There's a good move by Eli Smith.
Smith gets his first bucket. But now if you're South Putt, got to get stops. Looks like they're starting to find their offensive groove a little bit, but getting control of Mason Brooks isn't an easy thing. Missed 3 by Lions. Offensive rebound, Pickle. Pickle traveled. That's the 5th turnover by North Putnam.
Yeah, he's had a couple where he slid his foot as he tries to drive to the basket. He's standing up a little bit too high, and you stay lower, and I think that won't happen. But again, this press has just really got South Putnam struggling, trying to find any kind of rhythm here unless they get that ball to the middle, which they're not finding very often.
And Hill had it poke free, but he was fouled. This is against Zach Huff, his first, and the 5th on North Putnam here in the first half. Checking in, Will Boucher back into the lineup for North Putnam. And that one is knocked free and then fouled. I think that's going to go against Drew Hill. It is. That's his first. Actually, Josh Hammond, rather. Ellis Lions to trigger the inbound.
Normally this gym would be packed if we weren't in our pandemic that we're living in right now, and it's too bad because everyone comes out for these county rivalry games, and this county's got a great tradition of basketball with Cloverdale in it and Greencastle in that beautiful gym Greencastle has.
McAnally Center.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you and I both know it well. Lions inbounds it. So Josh Hammond picked up 2 quick fouls there.
Isolate Brooks on that side, yeah. That's a tough shot.
We've seen him make it, though, but not that time. And how many times has South Putnam had a chance to get a rebound there? They just have not been able to do it.
That's the first break that they've really got on a rebound. They just can't come up with a rebound. There are a lot of times they have inside position there.
And Pickle is fouled by Eli Smith. That's his 2nd and the 6th on the Eagles.
Foul on number 30, Eli Smith. That's his
they have 2 on Smith, 2 on Drew Typin, and 2 on Josh Hammond. All those guys in foul trouble. Driving in, Zach Huff, lost it. Eli Smith comes up with the theft.
Yeah, good passer. Stripped it, did a nice job there.
Hill leaves it for Smith. Gets it back to Wiggins. Wiggins goes to work and scores. Brent Wiggins with 4 points.
It's one of their best offensive segments right there. And again, they've penetrated rather well. They've been drawing some fouls on North Putnam, but they haven't scored at the same clip as the Cougars have.
They've been able to control Mason Brooks a lot better here in the 2nd quarter. Aaron Pickle misses the jump hook, and Wiggins controls the rebound. I think you would have to feel great if you're South Putnam if you can get this deficit down below 10 by halftime. And there's still plenty of time to do it. They've gotten the stops they've needed, but can they get the ball through the hoop this time? Good pasture. Lost it in the lane. Got it back, though, then threw it away. Thought he had a guy out
Going
there.
Down.
And here comes Brooks, and Brooks blows the dunk. He blew the dunk, but right there for the rebound, Ellis Lyons, who bails him out and lays it in. Yeah, you could tell he wanted to flush that, but could not finish. Hill.
They got 4 guys on one side of the court. That's a tough way to break it.
And Smith couldn't get that one to go. Well contested, but stays with it. Got his own rebound and scored.
Yeah, he's done a nice job around the basket. His last 2 baskets he's left-handed, as you may be able to tell, so a lot of his moves, yeah.
Whoa. And 2 guys go down for South Putnam and almost come up with it. Pickle trying to take advantage of numbers here. Knows he has a 5-on-3 and gets fouled as he goes to the cup.
You know, as few games as they've played, you just start to wonder by halftime how tired they're getting, just because of the fatigue. It's been a sloppy game in some ways because North Putnam's defense has been very good after they score.
Drew Hill picks up the foul, his first, and the 7th on South Putnam. It's 2 free throws, though, for Pickle, because he was in the act of shooting. So North Putnam is in the bonus. Pickle misfired, though, on the first. Got the second, though, giving him 5 points.
Okay.
They're bringing up that pressure again. Hill almost got it to Brooks the rebound. Fires it up the floor. Trapped down. Huff had to play. He was a little too far, but the last touch was out.
That's a light there.
Pickle back. And that's off deep. Right. Don't want to line up his driving Brooks, and Brooks saying he wants the act shooting. Get on Matthew Goodpasture, his first. The 8th on South Putnam. So it's 1-1 for Brooks. Hits that to get another one.
He's got a really nice release. Anybody, with that kind of size, 6'5", 6'6", that can shoot. He's got good backspin on the ball. Nothing but net on both of those.
Yeah, perfect form.
Oh.
And then a steal by Aaron Huffman. 9 turnovers now for South Putnam. Rebound there, Aaron Pickle. Pickle hits the offensive rebound and the stick back. It's 36-18. South Putnam, remember, had cut it to 11. They were within striking distance, but North Putt with that surge, poked free by Pickle. There's that backcourt pressure and a blocking foul, and the basketball goes through the hoop. 3-point play opportunity the old-fashioned way for Aaron Pickle.
I would say at halftime, the Eagles are going to be talking about that press breaker. It's just really dug a hole, not being able to break that press. They've had some good looks when they haven't had to face it, but when you're giving up 38 points already here with a minute to go until halftime, there's a lot of opportunities for that press to be started.
So Aaron Pickle had just 2 points in the first quarter, but here in the second quarter he's got 8, giving him 10 for the game. And there's the trap.
There's no one in the middle of that press, and that's really hurting them.
Oh, I think that might have been off of Goodpasture's foot, but South Putnam gets the benefit of the call here. North Putt's on a 10-0 run. Eli Smith to play it in.
Goodpasture.
All alone, Goodpasture left by himself, knocks it down.
That's about the most open shot anyone on South Putnam's had tonight, other than the time that Drew Hill drained one from about 24 feet.
Hill leads them with 8 points, and Brooks leads all scorers with 22.
Well, he's got 22 already.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he's had good looks at the basket. He's been aggressive. He scored inside. He scored outside. But, again, someone needs to stay in that middle. They're trying to throw over the top of that zone. And as the coach is driving me crazy, dang it. So they just got to get somebody to fill that middle and spread that to have that third option so they tighten up. They're just so flat on that.
Huffman weaving through traffic. Got it to Huff.
Going to take the last shot here as it ticks down. And I would say this is a good guy to have the ball in his hands.
Brooks. Handed it off to Pickle. And a foul.
Foul's on number 11, Matthew Goodpasture. That's his second.
That's on Matthew Goodpasture, so he just picked up his second. That is the 10th team foul. So it's double bonus now for North Putnam with Aaron Pickle to the free throw line. Pickle is 2 of 3 from there so far in this one. I think he might have blood on his hand. If he does, then he
can either get it cleaned up right away, but most often they usually are going to try to clean it up and let him shoot the free throw.
For the Cougars, number 3.
Well, yep. They're going to put Ellis Lyons in to shoot the free throw.
Not a very forgiving group of referees. No. Sometimes they'll let you get it cleaned up here, just depending on the severity of it. Couldn't see it. Double bonus.
Yeah, Eli Smith thought it wasn't a double bonus.
And then he went and traveled with the ball.
Hey, you know what?
He's a football player.
Yeah, sometimes try to do that. Maybe the ref doesn't catch it, you know?
We apologize for the technical difficulty. I'm not really sure how much time is left here, so we've just kind of got to go with it. We thought they were going to hold for one last possession, but again, with some technical difficulties, not really sure exactly how much time there is until the halftime buzzer. It's a wide open look.
Couldn't get it. Ball out of bounds. It was off of South Putnam. Fight for the that's another thing, too. South Putnam has just not really been able to win those 50-50 battles. I mean, they either knock it out of bounds or when after a missed shot goes and they have a chance, they can't get it. It's just very difficult. Long three at the horn, knocked down by Will Boucher.
Great execution. You know, I think South Putnam was flat on their feet because they thought Brooks was going to shoot it. Brooks did a great job of hitting the inside. Guys doubled down. They got a wide open look at the buzzer. Great possession.
And North Putnam closes the first half strong, and they lead by 24. Pete Smith and I will give you the first half numbers and look ahead to the second half when we come back in just a moment. You're watching high school boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, you know, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. And how hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
The North Putnam Cougars put together an impressive first half as they lead South Putnam 45-21. You're watching high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network along with Pete Smith. I'm John Herrick. And Pete, again, not a whole lot to go off of with both of these teams. They haven't had a whole lot of action yet this year because of coronavirus issues and just we're still early in the season. South Putnam did a few good things there, but it was really all about North Putnam and Mason Brooks having a dominant first half.
Yeah, the South Putnam just had really struggled breaking that press. North Putnam just had too many good steals and transition breaks, and he was great. Mason Brooks had a great first half, except for the missed dunk.
Yeah. You almost forgot all about that because he hit 3 threes. One of them he shot from like the next area code over. I mean, he really had an impressive first half. But South Putnam, I think the biggest problem for them the press breaker. They just could not seem to handle the full court press that North Putnam was bringing there.
And you alluded to every 50-50 ball North Putnam's won tonight. It's just, and that's not lack of effort. It's just for some reason they're around the ball much more than South Putnam. So this second half, it's kind of a blowout right now. But this second half, as a coach, I've been in that position sometimes on both sides of it. You want to learn how to break the press a little bit better if North Putnam keeps it up with a 45-21 halftime lead, and they have a game tomorrow night. Both these teams are scheduled to play tomorrow night. North Putnam at Indian Creek, and South Putnam home game against Park Heritage. So,
again, I'm glad you mentioned that, scheduled to play.
Yeah, scheduled.
Because we've had a lot of postponements and cancellations.
Been some years where you would say that because, there's a snowstorm coming.
Yeah.
But now it's just, unfortunately, if someone gets infected or the contact tracing, someone's been exposed, it just really can goof up a whole team.
And then, of course, South Putnam really missing Trey Blades tonight, too.
Yeah, he's been a veteran player for him, and he's out of the lineup tonight.
So then, of course, but one positive thing about South Putnam, though, is that Drew Hill has stepped up. The freshman leads them in scoring with 8 points.
Yeah, and he's got to learn how to be a little bit stronger with the ball, but my gosh, it's only his third varsity game so far, and he'll get there. I've heard a lot of good things about him, and like I said earlier, his dad was a heck of a scorer for South Putnam, too.
What would you say the keys are to the second half for both teams?
Well, North Putnam doesn't need to be dribble, drive, shoot all the time. They've built up a big enough lead. South Putnam hasn't scored a lot in their first 2 games. I'm not sure they can get to 45 unless North Putnam keeps that tempo going. So, as you look at it, I think big key, South Putnam just wants to come out and get good shots up. Value the possession, get good shots up. North Putnam needs to play with the lead, learn how to play with the lead. That's what you're trying to do the second half. Finish them out. But at the same time, Mason Brooks is having a great night. Let's see how many points he can get.
22 through half number one, has 22 of their 45 points, and he is on pace to have possibly a 40-point night. We'll see. For the 6'6 senior, of course, enjoying what is senior night for North Putnam. He's Pete Smith. I'm John Herrick. We'll have second half action from North Putnam when we come back in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
About to start the second half between North Putnam and South Putnam. But before we do that, Pete, Both these teams in the Western Indiana Conference, and I know conference standings, it's almost probably too early to be looking at it so far, but so far, Owen Valley leading the way with a 2-0 conference record, and they're scoring about 60 points a game, and North Putt, South Putt both chasing them so far in the early onset of this season.
Well, and a conference game tomorrow night with North Putnam playing on Indian Creek, one of the 10 teams in the Western Indiana Conference.
And Indian Creek coming into tonight with a 1-2 conference record. What else? Who else stands out to you in this conference? I know Sullivan.
Greencastle. Greencastle. Bryce Rector's doing a great job at Greencastle, and I really like their team this year.
And then you look at what also Cloverdale. I mean, the Pat Rady name, who you've seen a lot about on the ISC Sports Network with the great documentary they put together, they are off to a terrific start, 4-0.
Off to a 4-0 start, and by that comment, Jalen Moore, I saw play Purdue a couple weeks ago, and Cloverdale fans that are watching, he had a great game for his first time playing against a Big Ten opponent. Though actually they played Michigan also, but he's playing at the University of Oakland up in Michigan, and Jalen was a legend here in Putnam County.
When you're in a situation like South Putnam is at the half and you're down by 24 points, obviously the end result could very well be not in your favor. You very likely you might not win this game. So what do you do to just, I think at this point, it's just about fine-tuning good habits to get into the next game, or what do you try to tell your kids there?
At halftime, you go and say, okay, we at least need to win the second half. And if we win the second half, we'll get back in this. But you can only get 3 or 4 points at the most on a possession. And like right here, just a little careless on the inbounds pass. They just have to learn to handle pressure better. As you see, they're coming out in a half-court. Well, no, they started to for a second. They weren't matched up. But, you know, if I'm – I love that because they're telling each other, you know, Goodpaster's telling his teammate, fake a pass to make a pass, like you and I were talking about. Drew Typin, you know, saying the same thing. They just need to do some things fundamentally better right now.
Wiggins, he's right for Drew Typin, who you just mentioned. Josh Hammond almost threw it away, but Wiggins saves it. Pulling up from just inside the foul line. Goodpaster couldn't get it to go down.
Good contest by Aaron Huffman on defense.
And Pickle just launched that one a little too far. Could not get it to Huffman. It goes out of bounds. Back to South Putnam. Well, he really threw that ball up there. It's up on the stage. Scoring in that first half for North Putnam. Of course, Mason Brooks led the way with 22. 10 for Aaron Pickle, 5 for Aaron Huffman, 3 each for Will Boucher and Ellis Lyons, 2 for Zach Huff.
Oh, terrible place to pick it up right in that trap area. Got away with it, but then eventually did turn it over. And again, as you asked me at the start of the third quarter, you know, you just have to work on handling half-court traps, three-quarter court traps. This is a good game for it because obviously North Putnam's had great success with it, but that's what you're trying to do. You've got a young team. You've got a freshman point guard overall who's also one of your best scorers, and now they're coming out with a little trap in their own right now.
Of course, they don't want Brooks to beat him. Long three does not go down there by Huffman.
Yeah, the good news is Brooks hasn't touched the ball in 2 possessions yet.
South Putnam scoring so far, 8 for Drew Hill to lead the way, 5 for Matthew Goodpasture, and 4 each for Brent Wiggins and Eli Smith. That is the South Putnam scoring. Hill uncorks a 3, doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Goodpasture nearly threw it away for a second, but South Putnam keeps possession. Hill gives it to Hammond. Hammond's got to be careful playing with 2 fouls.
North Putt doing a nice job of just kind of sagging off guys as they're cutting in there. They really haven't had any kind of inside presence or a post game at all this game. Smith scored inside around the basket one time. Eli, he's not in there right now, but
poke free, there's Huffman. Aaron Huffman getting the steal on the break, leaves it for Ellis Lyons, who just left it too short. Rebounded by Typin. Hill to the basket, called for the charge.
Yeah, he'll learn. Right away, Mason Brooks kind of held his ground, and he did it so early. I think Hill could have probably just pulled up and shot it there, but just a again, freshman mistake. But you like to see the aggressive, don't get me wrong, but if you can't get past him, you don't just run right over him.
Drew Hill just got his 2nd foul. Matthew Goodpasture checks out of the game. Eli Smith came in for him. Pickle has it out high, and looks like a foul away from the ball this time.
South Putnam was in 2-3 zone there that time.
Josh Hammond just got tabbed with his third foul.
So North Putt has two choices here. They can either just hold the ball. There's a 2-3 zone there. Pull it out there, have 3 guards out against their 2-guard front.
Pickle knocks it down.
Or they can just drain a 3 right over the top of it. Again, if you can see, the middle guy is not in the triangle, so it's really hard to throw over the top of them to find him. And then at the other end, when they do break it, Hill with a rather fast shot, though he hasn't had a lot of open ones all day.
Brooks this time. To Huff, down low. There is Pickle. Tried to go with a nifty pass there to Brooks, and it goes out of bounds off of North Putnam. Of course, Brooks doesn't believe it. He's like, wait a second, that should be our ball. 30-second timeout. And looks like South Putnam is calling this one.
Yeah, Coach Turpin. We're looking at the North Putnam huddle, but yeah, Coach Turpin of South Putnam called the timeout.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact them at weendeavor.com for more information today.
That's Vince Brooks, the head coach. 2 assistants on the bench with him, Craig Franklin and Greg Lyons.
So you know, or are at least in some way very familiar with all these coaches, head and assistant. Is that
I've been
right?
around a long time. I have. And coaching Hamilton County when Coach Brooks was at Westfield in the program there. And boy, they're reaping the benefits right now. Westfield, I think number 4 or 5 in the state in the latest polls, but the freshman coach there for a number of years.
12 turnovers now on South Putnam. Pickle tries to cash in, could not. Rebound loose. And grabbing at that time, Brent Wiggins.
You know, it's hard to score points when you're not getting transition baskets. And every basket that South Putnam pretty much has earned because they've done it in the half court. They're not getting any what I call gravy or layup baskets. You know, they got a good shot in the half court. There's a good offensive rebound. They just can't get the dang ball to go in.
Yeah, this time they do get a bounce to go their way. They do keep it. Brent Wiggins stayed with it a couple times, just could not get it to go down. Good pasture checks back in. Drew Hill takes his seat. South Putnam still looking for their first basket here of the third quarter. And that was deflected out by Brooks. See, when you're 6'6", you got to throw over some really tall arms there. Not easy to do.
No, you got to fake a pass to make a pass there, and he just tried to throw it right through his arm like you said there.
Wiggins tries to inbound it again. It does to Hammond. Good pasture, leaves it left for Typin. Typin couldn't get that to go down. Mason Brooks the rebound.
Nice pass. Oh, he led him too much. The idea was right.
Yep.
I didn't expect him to lead him that much, but he certainly had him.
7 turnovers on North Putnam. And you could tell the minute he let it go, he's like, oh no, I wish I could have it back. Again, they're going to keep that backcourt pressure coming because why not? It has worked all night long. South Putnam has never led in this game. Closest they were was when it was 2-0 early. 3 by Hammond. That was a deep one. Could not get it to go down. Huffman, Zach Huff the rebound. Brooks out left to Huff. Zach Huff from way outside. His first three-point shot. He has 5. North Putnam's lead is now 30.
Well, he has pretty good range on that one. Didn't see that one coming. 5'9" junior.
7 made three-point shots for North Putnam, and Eli Smith just hit his first triple. 3 made three-pointers by South Putnam. Brooks goes through traffic and draws a foul, I believe. Yep, that is against Matthew Goodpasture. That is his 3rd.
Well, we knew coming in North Putnam can shoot the 3. They made 14 last game against Southmont in their victory against the Mounties. And again, just a 2-3 zone, so North Putnam can be very patient. They don't have to really shoot much against it, but yet they love to shoot it.
Brooks.
Oh, nice feed inside.
Boy, the combination of Aaron Pickle and Mason Brooks is going to make North Putnam's opponents have a very difficult job in playing them on defense.
Both of them can go high-low, and when I say that, at that time, Brooks flash to the high post and got it against the zone, and nice seal there by Pickle. At the other end, sometimes Pickle can be on that wing, and Brooks, we saw early in the game, really establish himself in the block and have a couple good opportunities there, but then he got hot on the outside.
16 for Aaron Pickle. The lead is now 30 for North Putnam yet again. They led by 24 at half. South Putt cut it to 11. Shot doesn't go down. Fight for the rebound, and what do we have?
We have a loose ball foul against South Putnam.
It's on Eli Smith. He just got his third. And that's the fourth on South Putnam as a team. No fouls yet in the second half on North Putnam. Long three by Pickle.
Wow.
My goodness. Rattles it in from deep. Aaron Pickle's got 19. In the first quarter, it was all about Mason Brooks, but in the second and the third quarter, it's been Aaron Pickle who's been the star. Of course, they've been focusing more on Brooks. Ball knocked free there by Lyons. And South Putnam able to retrieve it.
Good passer needs to go meet that pass. He was letting it bounce, expecting it to get to him. It ain't going to get there.
And Pickle reaches in, I think, and commits the foul here.
Yep. Pickle got off to a slow start in the first half. He had at least 2 traveling violations where he slid his pivot foot going to the basket. But boy, this third quarter, he has stepped in and took over Mason Brooks' role as the lead scorer.
Drew Hill checks in for Brent Wiggins. Hill throws it way too high and out of bounds.
Yeah, it wasn't touched, so they got to throw it the full 84 feet to get it in.
That new logo North Putnam has at midcourt.
Yeah, I noticed that. Pretty sharp.
Brooks leaves it right for Lyons. Brooks tried to get it back and score, but I think he was fouled on the drive.
See, now there's the difference on that play. That pass wasn't going to be probably happening, but he met the pass, and because of it, he drew the foul. He didn't stop and let the defender shoot the gap. At the other end, whenever North Putt puts pressure, nice basket and one.
Yep. And that is now the 7th team foul on South Putnam.
Now South Putnam is not meeting their passes, which allows the Cougars to get a lot of deflections and or steals.
Matthew Goodpasture just picked up his 4th, and prior to that, Drew Hill got his 3rd. First basket of the second half for Brooks, and he could not get the free throw to go down. Fight for the rebound.
Pickle got him.
Yep. Aaron Pickle fouls Eli Smith. That is his 2nd. And it's the 2nd foul on North Putnam here in the second half. So what a third quarter. North Putnam has outscored South Putnam 14-3.
Terrible place to pick up that ball.
Good pasture, I think, was by Aaron Huffman. That's his 1st and the 3rd on the North Putnam Cougars. Someone's got to come over and inbound the ball here for South Putnam.
Again, not a lot of practices in defense. Just such a goofy season and situation here. These two teams weren't even supposed to play tonight. Nope. Originally, this was a scheduled game between North Putnam and Northview.
Yep.
Conference game.
Driving in, missing the shot, Drew Typin. Of course, conference games, you got to get them in. But Brooks was trapped in the corner.
Oh, good job. Made the extra pass. Yeah.
Pays off. Zach Huff, his 2nd triple of the evening. What a third quarter here by North Putnam. 62-24. They have never trailed. That was poked free by Pickle out of bounds. It will stay with the South Putnam Eagles.
Last season, these teams met on February 13th with North Putnam winning 53-41. But North Putnam's already got 62 here with 9 more minutes left in the game.
South Putnam leads the series in the last 35 years. Scooping and scoring, Matthew Goodpasture. Also, the opponent's records for South Putnam so far, 7-3, and for North Putnam, 8-4. So they both played some good competition early on. Lyons unloads from deep. Pickle the offensive rebound, and he gets it again and knocks it in that time.
Oh, no blockouts at all. Total lost the concentration on blocking out there by the Eagles as Pickle had an easy offensive rebound. That's going to be a travel on the freshman.
It's the 15th turnover on South Putnam. And Brent Wiggins comes back in.
You know, normally you would say, boy, I'm surprised that North Putnam's shooting a lot of threes, but South Putnam's staying in that 2-3 zone and giving it to them.
Yep.
And, you know, you take, unless you want to hold the ball, and, you know, we're too lucky to be able to play right now. There's a lot of schools not playing. So let's play ball.
That's right.
You want to play zone?
A lot of
cancellations.
A lot of games moved around. The thing is there's a foul on, looks like Drew Typin. If that is, that's his third. Yep. And that is the 8th on South Putnam. So 1-1 for Will Boucher, who has 3 points so far tonight. The commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig, has done an unbelievable job of getting schools through the pandemic. And granted, there have been teams that have had to, as he misses the front end of the 1-1, rebounded by Goodpasture. The fact that they've been able to get a lot of the games in that they did with football, of course, some teams did have to end their season early, but they got those games played. They got the state championship done at Lucas Oil Stadium, and all these other fall played their state championships as well. All kinds of chaos here. It ends up in Goodpasture's hands. Left it short, got his own rebound. Didn't use the glass the first time. This time he did and drew the foul.
No, to your point on Commissioner Knight, yeah, he's been as proactive, and the same would have been for his predecessor, Bobby Cox. That, you know, it's tough enough that sometimes these kids are on hybrid schedules where they're only going to school half a day or every other day, and sometimes not even all, depending on where their situation is with the school. But he's been, you know, if you can play, let's play, and I really appreciate that.
Brooks could not get the shot to go down in the quarter, but North Putnam continues their onslaught with an impressive performance, leading by 35 as we go forth on ISC Sports Network.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. How hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
It is all North Putnam here as we begin the fourth quarter. Tonight's broadcast on the ISC Sports Network brought to you in part by Sozo U Natural Health. Sozo U provides natural health consultations, products, and services to our clients. It's our mission to equip our clients with natural health options to help them achieve their health. That is Sozo U Natural Health. Both teams exchanging turnovers there. 8 for North Putnam and 16 now for South Putnam as Brooks goes in and scores.
And North Putnam falling back to man-to-man defense now to start the fourth quarter. Good back cut, just beat him quite enough, still drew the foul. Pickle him on the back cut, but it's a long distance for that backcourt pass to be thrown. It did lead off.
15 foul on North Putnam and the third on Aaron Pickle. He and Ellis Lyons each have 3. Remember, Lyons picked up those 3 fouls pretty quickly in that early first quarter.
Ooh, drained it. Drew Typin.
First basket of the game for Drew Typin. Again, you're just trying to build towards tomorrow. If you are South Putnam, improve as This game obviously belongs to the Cougars. South Putnam again playing Park Heritage tomorrow. And North Putnam is at Indian Creek. Ball went out of bounds. It is South Putnam ball.
Just token man-to-man press is all they're doing now. There's another look for Typin.
That's the second time we've seen the ball hit the goal. Go out of bounds. And both of those, you know, with North and South Putt, Pete, playing tomorrow, you got to make the most of it because then both teams don't play again until after Christmas on December 29th.
In the Wabash Valley tournament, always a great tournament.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, I knew these teams normally play in that. Hopefully they can have that tournament. There's a lot of schools there, and I don't know if they've got a bubble situation created or how they do it, but it's just unfortunate. my friend Arnold Freeman cannot get on the stage down there to get that ball. He gave it the fake. He actually gave a better fake than most of the players have with the ball. He gave a nice little ball fake there, but he said, I'm not getting up there.
Drew Hills put together a nice game with 8 points. 10 points for Matthew Goodpasture to lead the way. Aaron Pickle comes back into the game for the North Putnam Cougars.
Yeah, if I would take one thing out of this loss, and there's a lot of things to take out of it for South Putnam, they need to use more pass fakes, and they need to draw the defense to them so they can throw the ball, you know, past them. They're trying to throw it through them a lot of times. This cost, particularly that first, a ton of turnovers. And the second part is South Putnam still playing zone the second half, so that's a compliment to the fact they don't feel like they can guard North Putt, and they would rather have them work the ball around to take a shot rather than dribble, penetrate, and kick it back out there. So just a performance so far here by North Putnam.
Eli Smith just got his 4th, and he fouls Mason Brooks. That's the 9th on South Putnam, so 1-1 here. There's Zach Huff getting onto the free throw block. Mason Brooks just 2 points in the second half after a 22-point first half.
Well, that impresses me right now, John, because, you know, when you're having a game like you did with your great first half, a lot of times you'll come out and try to just really take over again, and he has let his teammates really, particularly Aaron Pickle, has stepped up, and he's just kind of been the facilitator here this second half.
That man-to-man defense, but you can play it well. And you know
they're in a box and one, believe it or not, right now. They're boxing and wanting Drew Hill, number 5. They have Zach Huff just following him around. That's pretty good respect when you're a freshman. You're drawing a box and one, and they're just playing basically a 4-box zone where they shift to where the offensive players are.
Brooks finds Pickle on the cut. Pickle misses a shot he normally makes, but I think Eli Smith, getting called for being over-aggressive on the box out. And by my calculation, that is the 5th on Eli Smith.
Good call there, John.
I've done this a time or two.
That's your first rodeo, huh? Not your first time in Putnam County.
No,
either.
It's not. No, definitely not. Spent a lot of time there. I went to University.
Oh, I thought it was Putnam.
Oh, that one, yeah. I actually did take a sociology prisons class, and we did tour a jail.
Really?
Yes. And one of the inmates apparently had heard my Wednesday Tiger Talk show.
Oh.
You know? Yeah. It's
I thought
that was a little unsettling, you know, when you're getting a tour from the warden and one of the inmates is like, "Are you John Herrick?" Because we had name tags on.
I thought you were going to say one of the inmates was a classmate of mine at Roncalli High School.
No, definitely not. Nope. Not that I know. Matt Goodpasture misses that one.
Well, there's going to be better days ahead for South Putnam.
There are.
They're just a team. Don't have a lot of size. You know, Typin the tallest guy at 6'4".
Again, no Trey Blaze tonight. You're missing a 6 senior who's been a huge part of what you've been able to do. Not having him hurts. Hammond, right side to Goodpasture. Here's Typin again. Time. And Goodpasture, the offensive board. Back up and misses. Rebound Pickle. Aaron Pickle trying to dribble trouble. And then that one was thrown away. Pickle tried to save it from going into the back. Almost did. Almost did. It is an over and back violation. Josh Hammond down. It was 7-3 early on, and then really the big difference was that 15-4 run that North Putnam got to close out that first quarter to go up 22-7. And then he led by 24 at the break, and it's just an extension of that periodically ever since. Drew Typin knocks down his second three. By Pickle got kicked, and it's still loose. Goes above Wiggins. Nice hustle by tonight. On the ISC Sports Network in partnership with Communications. Let us know if you are enjoying the broadcast on Facebook or Twitter. You can find us on Twitter at ISC Sports Net. That's at ISC Sports Net.
Now South Putt extending the 1-2-2 zone out pretty far. See that shot the first half because he was in the zone. He's been real the second half.
Zach Huff couldn't get that three to go down. Motoring down the floor. Wiggins thought about three. Pastor decides to do more than think about it. She does take it. Couldn't get it to go down. Lions the rebound. Lions dishes it off to Putnam.
He should have got it to him about 3 dribbles before when he was filling the lane very well, and he dribbled into too much penetration, got Lions too close to the basket.
Hammond from deep. Not this time. Rebounded. Brooks up ahead. Left made by back up. The 5-9 now with 2 all Putnam. They will into 2. South drop. Layup. Pass. Scott lead play for the Eagles. 8 for dribble, but he has not scored in the second half. And Eli Smith fouled out with 7 points. And Brooks misses the first time, but not the second. 30 points now. Jason Brooks, the 6'6" senior.
You know, we're under minutes to go and still not in this game, so I'll be interested to see what their stamina is tomorrow night when they have a second game, hopefully, if everyone stay healthy.
Brooks for deep. Fight rebound, won by South Putnam.
Watch, not one South Putnam tried to block out. I mean, their rebounding just really has to shore up for them to be more competitive.
Brent Wiggins got the rebound last time, tried to get down the lane and this time, and he was fouled.
Even if you're playing a zone, you got to find someone to block out, and they're not doing that.
Check in. Fisher Jones, a 6-foot top for South Putnam. So they're bringing in some subs. They're letting that happen yet again. Hammond stays there. Driving, dishing, a 3 on the way. Does not come down for the rebound this time. It's won by New North Cougar into the contest.
This was originally scheduled tonight. Say that the West Indiana Conference normally has girl-boy doubleheaders for conference games. One of them is under COVID protocol, so there was no games tonight. So we've got JV kids. Well, we apologize. The JV roster don't match up with varsity numbers sometimes. We hate to call somebody out with a long number on.
Yeah, that was Malachi Fish, a 5'11" sophomore. Got the rebound on that last play.
We hope.
Earlier. Ellis Lyons. Huff. Going
deep.
Knocks it down. Aaron Huffman. Ball 2. He's hit. He's got 8. Northam's lead is 36. I believe that is their highest total.
It is. Maybe going to 38 here.
And they do. Yeah. That was Lyons. Lyons has had a bit of a tough night. 3 fouls. And he's got his 5th point there, though, so does wonders for his confidence. South Putnam has held to 2 points here. The second half so far. Make it 20.
Good drive by Goodpasture, yeah.
I will say this, one of the bright spots is the 6'1" junior, Matthew Goodpasture. Has had a real solid second half. 11 points here in half number 2. 16 for the game. Lions again. And Hammond the rebound. Rest for the weary, both teams with games tomorrow night. Wabash Valley Tournament to close out the month of December. Fisher Jones from deep, could not get it. Rebounded by Lions. The end of the contest. So limited crowd there at North Putnam. The fans have it and the parents will enjoy this. Any win over South is one that they will gladly enjoy.
Got the bragging rights to play again, which could be sectional. Hopefully we have a sectional this year. Just unbelievable last week. We had a sectional and that was all we got to do.
You and I were talking before we went on the air tonight. All the places you can game. Semi-state, House in Washington, the gym at Seymour. Did that last year. Hopefully we get it this year. One thing that North Putnam get tonight is a big win. A lot of great individual performances as they let the clock run out. Team side, obviously, for good reason, not cans. They just each other
the way
and 6 for North Putnam Cougars. They dominate Putnam tonight, 79-43. Come back and give you the final numbers and put up the ISC network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
The Putnam Cougars dominate. They win 179-43. The 2-2 on Thursday. Putnam to 0-3 in both teams. Quick turnaround. They've tomorrow night. Really, the story of the game was the fact that you have 2 great individual performances. Point Mason for Putnam, 20 for Aaron Pickle, giving them 53 of their 79. But also they played so well together on the offensive and ball.
They did. They took turns. First half, Mason was just tremendous. And the half, Pickle stepped up. Very unselfishly, just the ball for the most part really well. Their defense overall, the 1-2 3/4 crap, really, South Putnam never broke hardly at all. So every time that North scored, South Putnam tried to figure out how to break the press.
And then Putnam, even though you lost tonight, were some things built around. You got a good performance. Your 5 freshman, Drew Hill, Matthew Goodfisher with solid 16. It was just got into such a deep hole so quickly. Hard to get.
Yeah, I thought they played hard. Biggest thing, they really got to get to on rebound. I mean, they gave up offensive shots, second chance points for North Putt. They've got to be better on the defensive end.
He is Pete Smith. John, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Huge thank you to Jake Morris, our technical director. Thank you for tuning in. You've been watching the presentation of high school boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.